I just woke up actually. Yes, I have
Good.
eaten.
So moving on to the question we prepared. What do you do?
Okay, so currently I am a celebrity fashion stylist and an entrepreneur.
So what does a fashion stylist do? Give us a brief background.
Well, for me specifically, so I do freelance. So basically, for stylists, they start with talking to clients regarding the project brief, and then we source out the materials, and then we attend meetings, and then we attend the shoot, we pack up, and it's just a continuous cycle. So for me specifically, it really depends, but my day goes like, I don't know, 24/7. I guess I'm in the mall, sourcing for materials, sourcing for clothes and stuff. And then if I'm not in the mall, I'm usually attending shoots or I'm usually at a dressing room somewhere at some whatever studio.
How many hours do you like shoot? I mean like style.
How many hours? That really depends on the project. I feel like um, my projects can run as fast as 2 to 3 hours, up to 24 hours. So I think that's the longest time I've been in a shoot. Mhm.
So I can't imagine. Anyway, so you graduated multimedia in Benilde. Did you see yourself as a fashion stylist back then? Is it something you really wanted to pursue?
Well, I've always known when I was a kid or when I was in high school that I love dressing up and I love showing up in occasions, being my best self, wearing cute clothes, cute outfits. Um, but I think my when I started experimenting with clothes, I think it started back in secondary school. The Christmas parties and the Linggo ng Wikas are some of the events that were rather, excuses for me to play dress up. And going into college, I think the fashion culture here in Benilde, especially in my campus, SDA, has always been unmatched. So I think that's where I got most of my inspiration from. Yeah, for my style also.
Um, Out of all the career paths multimedia arts degree can get you,
Hmm.
why fashion? Why did you go into fashion industry? Like why fashion style? Why fashion style? Yeah.
Okay, so believe me when I say that I've tried and applied for almost all corners of my degree, and I have to say that I still feel like there's something lacking and there's something that's not right or that doesn't fit right. But I know I know what I'm doing is right now, but I don't think I'm doing something I really love. So I have no regrets, basically, is what I'm trying to say. I have no regrets with my degree um, with multimedia arts, especially as a graphic designer. I think it has helped me a lot. But also, coming into the fashion industry and how I started was because of my last corporate job. So I was able to tapped inside the fashion industry because of my last work, and I was a I was a visual merchandiser, and I think that's where I first learned my ropes into the fashion industry. And then after that, after my last corporate job, I applied for I applied for a styling intern for a senior stylist, and that's where I started my journey as a fashion stylist.
So Brian, can you show us some of your favorite pieces?
Of course. So I think what we have behind what we have behind us right now are some of my favorite pieces. But mainly, this is a story to tell. So this piece actually, me and my friend collaborated with it. Me and my friend collaborated on this. So this was for a beauty brand launch, and the theme was modern Filipiniana. So I didn't want to just go there dressing up as a, I don't know, very normal person and just wear a barong. So what we had in mind was to try to reinterpret something that is very local but also very modern. So I was a firm believer of recycling and um, repurposing clothes, and so this is the main inspiration for the piece. So we worked on excess fabrics for this one, and we dyed it as well to our desired color. And then this is mainly inspired of a basahan. So I wanted to have that Cinderella story, but before the ball, if you know what I'm saying. So I want that day-to-day life of Cinderella, the more realistic version of her. And I think we interpreted it best with the basahan because she would always just be at home and doing house chores and such. But, having that and romanticizing on that idea, I think is what we envisioned for this piece.
So, it's for future graduate of Benilde who wants to um, also be in the fashion industry. What advices can you give to them?
Okay. So what advice? Like, just student or like
So basically, the question is, what is your advice for future graduates of multimedia art students who maybe want to join the fashion industry? Any might be a stylist, might be a photographer. Any advice for people who are future graduates of MMA? Yeah, that's what we want to know.
Okay. Okay. So I think this is one question that I wasn't really prepared for. I only got to sit on this while I was in my grab going here. What advice would I give? I don't really think I'm credible enough to give an advice. But if I were to give an advice, I feel like I have to relate it to my own story. Just like what I've said earlier, I didn't really intend for all of this to happen. Like I didn't make this road or like this journey for me to from a multimedia artist or a graphic designer to a stylist, to a fashion stylist. I think what led me here is just really pure experience. And I feel like if there's anything to tell these people who are also might be experiencing the same thing as I am, I feel like just go for it. Just trust the journey. Never close doors. Always have that open mind. And what I can say is that I'm a firm believer of I learn through experience. Not saying that you shouldn't study, but I feel like I learn best through experience. And if those experiences will help you figure out what you want to do in life, may it be styling or other things, don't let it, just accept it and don't limit your degree to what you can accomplish in life.
I feel so inspired.
Yeah.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
accepting our invitation.
Of course.
Grabe, sobrang ganda ng sagot mo. It's a wrap.
Yay!
Maganda